Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the GenieBelt online product demonstration. So, as I said, we'll give a company overview, product summary, live product demonstration, and then it'll be questions and next steps. So we all know, the industry as a whole, when compared to other sectors, is in a fairly poor way. Efficiency rate is extremely low. Global average budget overruns are nearly 80%. Monitoring progress with not only your own teams but with subcontractors and reporting that information through to executive levels or even at client. There's a multitude of data flows which struggle to actually take a common approach and also in a transparent and accountable way. So GenieBelt has certainly come a long way in a very short period of time. And to give you just a quick position of where GenieBelt are. So we're 4 years young as a business, and the business was founded with some core individuals who have actually had a focus within constructor and also from outside the industry as well, to actually give a good business positioning. And we now have a global application where our tool is used in a good number of countries and in thousands of projects, live projects. And those projects vary from so very large, high-rise, residential, commercial buildings, civil engineering projects. Typically for infrastructure and construction. But our message is about real-time communication and audit trail, and to give you that transparency and accountability. Now, those two words, you'll hear that I will be saying those many times over, because it's the underlying position for us as a organisation, but also as an industry, and that we need to make sure that we're being truthful in our approach to data gathering and sharing. Now, we also are focused as an organisation with integrations, and that's integration with other applications. So those applications could be something which are widely used by your organisations, or again, modern tools like GenieBelt, who are looking to actually add easier ways to actually communicate, especially within the construction environment. So how can we help you? Real-time communication, the underlying process of actually getting the right information at the right time to make the right decisions. Continually, if you look at the way we communicate from site to office, most people will be working with schedules. Those schedules will be used by common applications or developed in applications like Primavera P6, Astor Power Project, Microsoft Project, Excel spreadsheets. And that's an important thing. We're not looking to reinvent those tools. We're looking to actually make those applications or that data live on the site and used in a very easy and friendly way. So our app is about extracting key project schedules into an area where visibility can be seen across the whole of the project team. And it's all about monitoring progress, and that progress doesn't have to be about site. It could be about, a design process. So very early on, I'd say 30% within a project itself is about the design phase. Getting the project live and ready on site. Setting a task. It could be any task and associated with any team, and you'll actually get to see that as part of the demonstration. But the key thing here is, as I say, is getting the flow of information. So if we take an example of a client. A client is basically bringing on a main contractor to actually develop a project, and that main contractor will also have their own employment of subcontractors, and all of those teams will also be having material supplies through the supply chain. So there can be a vast team involved, and how do we actually communicate and actually hold and gather that information? Well, yeah, we all know, modern tools today, whether it's Facebook, WhatsApp, email, just telephone calls, data is immense. And yeah, just by sending one email to five attachees can actually basically start a miscommunication trail. So GenieBelt is about a single source of truth. Having one environment to actually communicate, whether it's messaging, whether it's gathering of documentation, reporting on tasks. That is the environment you are going to be seeing today. But also, we have more than the actual data, because gathering data is important, but unless you do something with that data, it becomes really redundant itself. So because it's real time, you have the ability of actually producing real time reports. So reports will actually give you that information, of what was actually just produced just now. Various levels of production here. So to the left of the screen, you can see an example report showing weather collation. So it gives you a lock-in of the weather from the previous period which you report on. And the task in question. So it'll actually list every task within the period you want to produce a report, and actually attach appropriate information. So if you've taken photographs to actually relate to a percentage of task complete, that will actually be shown linked to that task in question. And to the right, you have the drill down. Drill down gives you more in-depth ability to report across a project or multiple projects. And that again could be related to a task. It could be related to an individual person. And it could be related to a period itself. So that will give you the ability to actually work as site teams or office teams, and actually start to actually analyze your information in order for you to actually try and actually hit upon not having problems on site. So rather than looking back over your shoulder and saying, why did this happen? GenieBelt's about actually gathering the information to say, how can we stop, or how can we actually improve the situation before it actually happens? And as I also said, it's important that actually we bring everybody into the actual project itself. So the right-hand side there shows you a portfolio overview, and that portfolio overview could be on a particular project. It could be on a number of sectors associated with you as an organization. But and it also could actually be a high level view, which you actually bring your client in to actually see how the project is running. Because as you can see, it's a typical RAG status, red, amber and green, and giving you a percentage of where that project is. So as an observer, and when you actually get to see the basic security levels we have within our system, if it's set to observer, you will actually get to see that view, but you won't be able to drill down to the detail behind. But it gives you that very quick, updated and real-time updated information. So data security are vitally important for all of our projects of today. So as an application, GenieBelt uses the Amazon Web Services for storage of data. So it's one of the most secure environments there is out there in the marketplace. There is a full basically terms and conditions available, which basically explains the uptime of the environment for your data and access, etc. Underlying fact is Amazon gives us the ability as a business that we can scale up our services based upon the scaling up of who's actually using GenieBelt. So it's a very easy way to actually basically improve the efficiency certainly of ourselves, but also you as an organization. So GenieBelt, what we focus and deliver to as a message to the industry is that we work on 4 pillars. Pillars 1 and 2 is where you would actually start your journey with GenieBelt. And pillar 1 is about so either importing project schedules from an existing application or creating something from scratch, because you can also have do that within our application. But once you actually have a project within GenieBelt, you can then start to actually report, and that's gather that information. So 1 and 2 is a continuous cycle of information flow. And there are already independent studies where there are proven 7% savings of a total construction sum as of organisations who are actually using GenieBelt as an application. So more details can be provided on that for you. Now, pillars 3 and 4, that's where the journey really steps up a gear or two. Integrations allows us as an organisation to actually use our open API to actually link and coordinate with other applications you may use, or other applications which start to actually make headway in the marketplace. So the standard tools of today, the Google Docs and Sheets and Excel and Slides, gives us an open API to connect to. And then there's other applications like iAuditor, Quality Check Sheet System, Procore, just to name a few, where we actually have links today. But we're also starting to actually work on CRM systems and cost estimating applications based upon business needs. And then pillar 4, I'd say one of the most important things which our focus is, not only for our business, but really for you, is to actually be able to actually gather enough data to use that data to actually learn how we can actually build and manage our projects in a better way in order to actually deliver a higher efficiency rate and an improved profit margin. But we're not going to get there today. We need to be transparent in the information which flies into the applications. Yes, whether it's after 1, 2, 3, 10, 15, 20 projects, the more data we hold, the more we can actually start to actually assess in better ways of constructing. So let's step into the product from here. So I'm going to basically just pause the screen and actually switch over to the environment now, and then continue fairly shortly.
So this environment is the project portal. I've logged in via the website, and this is actually showing me the number of projects, or the projects which I'm actually involved with the GenieBelt application. I'm going to use one of the examples for the demonstration, and then if we have time, I'll also enter a new project. Across the top, we have our 5 key menus. The menus, portfolio, projects, drill down, budget, and task sheet. Very simple to actually migrate through. Today I will be focusing on certainly projects, but we'll also touch a little bit on portfolio and drill down. So let's now go into the high-rise office demonstration. So as you can see, the project has now opened, and it's got into a typical Gantt view. So down the left-hand side, we have the summary tasks and summary groups. In the center is your Gantt. Just a typical Gantt view, but a little bit more color coordinated. And down the right-hand side, we have the properties associated with each individual task. Now, the earthworks task, which I'm currently highlighting and showing the properties, you can see down, by scrolling down the system, it's showing you the full history which has been logged against that individual task. So that's effectively what we class as the audit trail. You have the ability to add documents, photographs, additional notes to individual tasks. But the important, certainly the important factor is, the notes written are locked. So it certainly gives you an environment which gives you that full transparency, which is the underlying message which we give here today. Now, the list of tasks here show individuals which have already been assigned to that task. You can do it in 2 windows. You can do it here within the Gantt view, or you can also do it in the table editor. The table editor allows you to actually do a bulk update. As you can see, the environment here just looks like a typical spreadsheet. So down the left-hand side is the summaries. To the right-hand side is the assignee. So we're just going to actually apply some unassigned tasks to an individual person. From the drop-down menu, you can see here, not only can we do the update responsible, but we can also change a number of other elements associated with that task. So I'll now step back into the Gantt view, and if we work our way across the top, we have three main menus. We have overview, we have tasks, and we have people. So I'll go into the people's tab first. So as we enter the people's tab, this is the area where you actually invite individuals into the project and also actually assign them the project roles. There's 4 project roles. There's project leader, admin, member, and observer. So the project leader, the one who actually owns the project and has full admin rights. Administration allows you can actually manage and modify elements on the project. Member and observer. Member, you would actually possibly look to actually assign to individuals who are there just responsible to update the task, not have the ability to edit anything. An observer is where we then class ourselves as maybe your executive level within the company, or even the clients itself can actually then have access to the project, but it's only a very high level view. To add people into the project, I'm going to select the Invite People tab. And when I actually select this option, you will then have a dialog which allows you to either select a name when you start typing, so that person may already have existed, or you can just simply type in their email address. And once you've actually typed in the email address, you can associate a role, so effectively a company process for them, and then click on Invite. They will then receive an invitation into the project, of which if they accept it, they then will have full access. Now stepping back into the Gantt view, so this project has already been set up, but if we go into the project settings, you can see here we have the project name, project reference, site address. By applying the site address, when we actually come out to actually produce reports later on, it will use that site address to actually report weather during that period as well. You can actually upload a cover photo, project logo, which effectively is your company name as well. So let's go into a little bit more depth on the tasks. And during this process, I will interact between the web interface here and also my mobile at the same time. By using the mobile device in this demonstration, you'll actually be able to see, the real-time, coordination between site and office. So first of all, let's go into the earthworks where there's a number of activities already underway. So by selecting edit on the earthworks task, you can see there now I have access to this environment. So yes, I am the assignee. I have the start date, end date, so it gives me the duration period. Also the ability to actually add notes. Now, whether it's one task or multiple tasks, you can see here I've also added a document, which is actually, in this case, a site meeting report. So I've actually assigned this to the task. So again, legacy information. So if I ever want to actually step back, find out what's gone on, then I don't need to actually go searching for the document. I can just come in here and actually select the hyperlink. Here, next step, going into additional options, you can see I've got budget, approved cost, actual cost. This gives you a very quick view on control of your budget. So you can actually define a budget for an individual task and also log what approved extra costs are actually being applied if necessary. And then you've got your actual costs. You have your working week and scheduling mode. Scheduling mode, this is based upon the actual dependencies between your tasks. So here I've got it set to automatic, but you also have the option for manual. If it's automatic, if you've got a task dependent on one another, if you make an amendment to a task which has got that automatic link, it will then also retain that dependency between the two. And just stepping into reporting options, you can see here that we default to report in percentage, but we also have the ability to actually report in custom units. And then we have the progress update. So just by selecting the scroller, you can see the percentage will change. And after updating the percentage, you also have the ability to actually add notes, add attachments like photographs, videos. But that I'll do that on the actual mobile device because it's important, as I said earlier, to actually show you how the site teams would actually interact.
Right, I've now got my mobile device up onto the screen, so you're now going to be able to see the interaction between the web interface and the actual app itself. So you can see down the on the mobile device, these are all my projects which I'm currently working on. I'm going to actually load into the Office demonstration and just show you very quickly how data is actually recorded. So if we select the Earthworks here in the web interface and also then see how it interacts. So I'm now going to go into the Earthworks on the mobile. So you can see here there is a potted history of communication, but it's free from me as being the project owner. And you can see there, there's also been a number of other individuals who have been assigned a task at time. So all of these comments, notes, you cannot edit those, so that gives you the full audit trail. So I'm just going to simply just go in and first of all just submit an update. I'm just going to say, right, I'm going to report a problem. Problem is that there is now a machinery breakdown and awaiting spares. Let's get my spelling right. So I'm going to actually say accept that. And that's now, as you can see, straight away reported that it's come through. I get an email notification because I'm the project owner. If I wanted to actually then say communicate back to the person in question, I can then say I'll say in this case, how long will the delay be? I just ask that question, just to keep the actual dialogue going. So instantly you can actually then see that there is a nice flow of information coming through back from site to Office. Again, if I go into submit update, I'm also going to actually attach an attachment, take a photograph. So I'll take one of my screen, just an example, use that, and then again you can actually take a photograph and just use that as a your common communication, just proving that the task in hand and the percentage you report or problem has got information backing that up. So photographic evidence. Right, so accept that, and now that photograph will actually be pushed through. And again, once the problem's been reported, the photograph is now being updated and loaded. So recording progress, very, very simple to do. And if I go back in here, this is a list of all tasks assigned within the actual project itself. Because I'm the project owner, I get to see everything. If I was just the individual person, I would only actually get to see my task in question. We also have the beats notification. So we have relevant and all, depending actually where basically number of projects you're involved with and what communication you want to see. If you are a project manager working across multiple projects, you can actually see your tasks in hand, whether it's for today, this week, or all. So you have those filters available. Again, if I go back into my projects and go into Office demonstration, and you can see here, if I went into review meeting, again, very simple flow of information coming through. So let's go back into the web environment, so you can see the actual how the mobile phone actually interacts. I'm going to say right now, within these tasks here, as you can see here, I've got a weekly report task. So I'm going to create an overview report. So this is going to overview, giving me currently days remaining in the project, where we are on progress, delayed, or problems. Anytime I could actually use these to actually drill down straight to that area on the project. So just by clicking on Earthworks, you can see I've gone to that area and I've got my full list of problems. Let's step back into overview. Now I'm going to click on download report. Report length 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. I'm going to prepare the report. It's gathering weather data because I've actually applied postal location for my site. Now it's now downloaded, and this report is our standard format, which we provide. So you have the option for your company logo at the top left-hand corner. and then a graphic of the site in question, summary of the tasks. There's the weather data, which has actually been grabbed in from our source, and then you have a list of your tasks associated with that period. Anything to do with any problems, photographic evidence. You may have actually had attachments applied, so this is the information coming through. Now, what you can do, as I say, you can download that report. So I'm going to just download that report to my desktop. Go back into my tasks, and then I'm going to say select my weekly report. And so I've got actually case history for this. I'm going to come into here, add an attachment, select my weekly report, and actually upload that into that task. So I've now got that stored within the project. So this again is a build-up of the full audit trail. Now, as a project itself, you can see, very quickly, you have a lot of information flowing from one source to another. Another way of actually, summarising what you have as a project or multiple projects, we do have a thing called a project portfolio. A project portfolio is where you can actually then expand larger projects into more of a high-level view for executives or even the clients. So this is giving you an example how the project could be split down into subgroups, information. So you can see here framework. Clearly there is an issue starting to occur. This part of the project 93% complete, but you can clearly see that orange, something's falling behind. So we can see here that as soon as we start drilling down levels 5 to 10, it starts to become a problem. And again, but if we then look further down, this is where we start to see that in levels 9 and 10, that's where the progress is starting to actually fall behind. So as a top level view, that's a very quick oversight of how you can actually get a heads up on your project. And so so whether it's on an individual project or it could be across sectors, as an organization, you have multiple sectors that you could be working with or defined within your business. Here you can see that on the educational side, university seems to be going on track. There's a problem with college, so again it just gives me this high level view. We also have the ability to actually create custom dashboards. Custom dashboards certainly drills down to the real level of detail which businesses are actually starting to actually analyze in order to actually build better and more efficient and actually improve project margins. But these are all on a company specific basis, but it's drawing on the data which you've actually added in when you're actually reporting your site information. And so what I'm also going to do is, if I go back into the home environment here, we also have drill down. Drill down within GenieBelt again gives you a very quick view on either a project or multiple projects or cross projects on certain data without having to go into the project itself. So an example, so if I wanted to actually report all late tasks for what I'm actually on, so I'm going to do a quick drill down here. So this now compiled a report where where I'm starting to actually fall behind. And what I can do here is I can select an item and it will then just drill down the information down the right hand side. So if I just give you let's go to the office example where there's a lot of data applied. So let's have a look. So any of these, because I'm actually involved in a lot of projects, you can see here, I can select any of these at any time. That data on the right hand side will actually update. Or let's say, let's have a look at ongoing problems. Drill down, and again, I then have that information readily to hand. So here we go, office demonstration, earthworks. Click on earthwork. I can clearly see that. So there's a problem, but as I say, you could do it based on individual person, project, status. So we have all of these filters here, which you can also then save as your favorites. You have the ability to drill down on budgets. So if I'm just going to select, one example here, click on generate report. So under this example, I've got budget data, within my project. So that's giving me my budgets column. And as I say, it's then giving me any assigned extras, which are all the, we've got on certain tasks, giving me the total. So you can see that we're certainly over budget, predicted of where we are at the moment based upon percentage complete. And then, further looking out is when the remaining items are due and when the costs. So that starts to actually give you some cash flow information. We also have the ability to actually, drill down on individuals' tasks. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to say, right, for let's say for a 3-week period, I'm going to search for myself. And again, I'm going to look across all of my projects and down that tasks. And what this does actually then builds you up a task sheet for a person, for the those forthcoming weeks. So it gives you a clear view of where there could be resource clashes, which could actually add to a delay to a project. So these can actually then be printed out and managed within the actual site office itself. So in summary, what you've just been shown is where GenieBelt sits within the construction sector and what we're driving in the efficiency of digital adoption in site communication and real-time communication. We've gone through the web app and also the mobile app and shown you how that's integrated. And so following up from this demonstration, we will then talk to you individually and look forward to gathering more feedback from yourselves. Thank you very much for your time.